Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Meister Tarot. After yesterday's reading, I'm feeling still very, in the zen, in the zone. What I want to have a look at today is get back to a few readers' questions. I want to have a look at France and Germany and the Macron and Scholz's position and attitude regarding Putin. This is a viewer's question. I have looked into it not at all. I have read nothing on it. If you have a look at my notes, they say France, Germany, Macron, Scholz, position, attitude, Putin. That's all they say. And then at the end, I'll do a little snippet to see how Boris Johnson's going to go. I had read a while back that old Teflon Boris, all this scandal with COVID, etc., is just going to sweep off him. It's not going to affect him at all. But we'll have a quick look to see how he survives with it. Okay, now, then I'll get back onto some US politics. So what I'm using here is my Gilded Tarot Royale. I'll have a quick look at Macron, then I'll move to a different deck and have a look at Scholz in regards to their attitude to Putin. Now, there was some concern that they were sort of making positive noises in regards to Putin and Russia. I'm really getting the feeling that is purely an economic situation and also soothing to, an element of pandering or soothing to the conservatives to keep them happy until such time as they can, how do I put this? I see it like, okay, this is really confusing. It's not confusing, it's just how I actually explain it. What I'm seeing is that things that are being said is to keep the conservatives happy, and there is a lot of money being held in the conservative banks side of politics to keep them happy until, and what I'm getting is I'm getting all these little, not worms, but like roots of a tree or something infiltrating into these people. So what it is very much about getting them on side, keeping them on side while they are slowly converted to being progressive or more progressive than what they are. I hope that makes sense. It's almost like a pervasive slow brainwashing back to centralist views, community views. Now, as I touched on yesterday, the energies at the time are and they are going to get worse before they get better. I was actually talking to Danny Shea about this, in that community and progressiveness and forward thinking and spirituality and being in touch with I'll say God, for want of a better way of putting it, whatever religious path you follow, being in touch with that personally. And by being in touch with that personally, and also by engaging in community, social networks, being empathetic to others, what that does is that undermines the autocratic patriarchalness of those that are often in power and have the money. So what I'm trying to get at is the patriarchal, dictator, autocratic, whatever you like to call it, side often holds the money, a lot of money, and they don't want things to change. So what's happening is there's this higher vibration coming through that people may not even be aware that they are embracing, the higher vibration coming through, which is very much moving towards caring for the planet, empathy, self-spirituality, so you don't need to be told, dictated to how you should be living your life, how you should be engaging with the higher, the universe, the higher self, etc. There is a change towards that, and what's happening is those that are currently in charge, in control, do not want to lose their control and their position. So they are fighting back, and as I said, they often have a lot of the money, and therefore it is going to get nasty, I'm sorry to say, before it gets better. And when I'm talking about these, I'm talking about the NRA, the Nazi organisations, the evangelicals, the people I'm talking about. So what we need to do is we need to just sit in the light. Don't take it personally. Don't take it on board. Sit in the light and share your love and share the way you live your life in a way that non-judgmental, kind, empathetic, understanding, helpful, and just taking those actions will eventually undermine and erode the power that these dictators have over you. So, and what's popped out is the King of Wands, which is this really powerful, inspirational mentorship, forward-thinking, forward-looking, bringing forward the passion and the energies, this leadership figure, the Sun, and the Wheel of Fortune. So what we are looking at is we are following this path, and we need to stay on this path. I'm not sure what order they fell out on. If we use the Wheel of Fortune next, this is about destiny and karma and fate, and it is about the wheel is turning. So what's happening is you've got the hare, which is fast moving, forward moving, going up towards the lion of strength, and you've got the mischievous monkey being turned down. So times are changing, and we are coming into this new period of full illumination and basking in the light. Yeah, beautiful. Okay, so 7-8 minutes in, and I've been waffling this whole time. Sorry about that. So we'll have a look at France first. Macron. Meister wanted me to get that message out. So tell me about Macron and his attitude towards Putin and his cronies. Tell me the truth about 10 of Cups, an emotional bringing together. And this is very much talking about what I was talking about before, is bringing everybody under this same unity, this rainbow of unity on an emotional level. And once they are under this unity banner, this emotionally engaged, then they can be worked upon. And we've got this stream of cleansing, and we've got this slow and steady work. Sorry, I'll try and bring that into focus. Slow and steady work. She's needleworking. One is needleworking, and one is got the winding up the balls of wool, so they're working. And you've got the little kitten here working, playing with the wool as well. You've got your butterflies and your bees, so it's all about transformation and working hard towards a common goal, and also about community. So this is the very much about what I was talking about, but I will draw some extra cards. So Master, can I have 4 cards? Macron in regards to the autocratic dictatorship. What is really going on? They're just jumping out at me. What I have is justice, the rebalancing of the scales, the bringing of justice, basically, the bringing of justice, but it's also about actions and consequences, very much. But you've got your a inflamed sort of truth here, so it's the truth resting on the sun, which is the light, the full illumination, and you've got your yin and yang in there. Everything about this is about rebalancing, bringing the factions back towards the centre. Ace of Cups. On an emotional level, the Magician manifesting possibilities and then choosing which path to follow. And the path that has been highlighted is this path of light leading towards a bright future. So this is, and giving and receiving help. So this is very much telling me about the energies that Macron is in, and he is very aware of this. He's actually, I'm feeling that he is actually quite spiritual himself. He will not he will not disclose it on the public arena, but I am feeling that he is very conscious of these energies. And then you've got the Magician sitting underneath the scales of justice, which is manifesting marvellous potential, marvellous possibilities. And he has the cup, the sword, the pentacle, and the wand all at his disposal, and he has this infinity. He is creating this infinity. This is going in towards the future. So he is very aware, but he is engaging in this emotional level, these cycles. He's very aware that he has to bring people in emotionally first into relation, so that they are forming a relationship, so that he can enact this energy towards this path. Now, this is a plan. This is a plan of following this path to a bright future, and he knows that he's going to have to give and receive help. He's going to have to dole it out and include those around him in this process to bring everyone along with him. And I'm really quite interested in these cards that are on the bottom. Authentic reform. The death of an old way of doing something and a new beginning. So this is really about authentic reform. And what I'm finding fascinating here is that these are all major arcana sitting on the bottom. We have the moon. There is a murky underbelly that is going to need to be brought to the fore and exposed. But in this particular deck, what I'm really drawn to is this crab that is pulling on the chains that turn this mechanism that is spinning and illuminating this moon with the two pillars of wisdom on either side. So it is very much about bringing to the surface the mechanism that needs to illuminate and bring forward wisdom for this change to take place. We then have the Hermit. Now, you couldn't have picked these if you tried. Wow, okay, I'm going to keep going with this bottom of the deck because I've just had a quick glance through. Introspection, investigation. Now, here we have also this snake in the circle of 8 that the Magician has. It's very much about cautiously making your way forward and thinking about this path that you need to take, illuminating this path so that others can follow. And we have the infinity symbol as well. Just a cautious path. So we've got authentic reform is coming. There will be things brought to the surface that need to be adjusted under the light of the illumination using these pillars of wisdom. It will be a cautious path that needs to be walked. A cautious path that we need everybody to be brought along with. We have the Emperor. this part of this cautious path. But this is, aside from a powerful leader, this is also very much about a my way or the highway card, patriarchal energy. So what's happening here is this patriarchal energy is being exposed on this path, and you notice that his light is illuminating towards this. So these two cards, the Lovers as well, are very much about masculine dominance. So if you have a look in this particular card, you have the feminine spiritual energy being seeking freedom, seeking light, again between these pillars of wisdom. But you have the masculine, he's a Roman soldier, so you have the freedom of the feminine energy being almost overwhelmed by the masculine soldier energy, the dominance energy. But if you also look at this card, he is fading. Sorry, I don't know if that's getting into focus or not. He is fading. And so what's happening is this. So with the energies of Macron at the moment, authentic reform, things being brought into the light and examined via the pillars of wisdom and adjusted with this cautious movement forward to combat the patriarchal energy. And you have the patriarchal energy here between these two pillars of wisdom under this moon again, but this moon now is reflecting the sunlight. It is a very bright moon in comparison to this moon, and the patriarchal is fading. And then we have things being seen from a different point of view, and it is quite an exciting energy. This one, he is a fluid. He's not just lying there taking it. He is fluidly moving. He is engaging with these chains that are these chains under this mechanism, which is very possibly part of this mechanism, letting the money go. Where in a patriarchal society, power is very much about wealth. And in this one, I'm getting the feeling that he is letting the wealth go, and he is moving in a spiritual manner from a different point of view. And then we have the High Priestess. This is about engaging your spirituality. And again, these pillars are here. And again, we have the moon and we have the water of emotion. But this is engaging the spirituality in the fluidity, feeling very much about in regards to this energy. So, okay, that was quite intense actually when I go through it. It's very much about he is aware that he needs to pander to some degree to this side of, to bring them towards the center, which is the Justice card, bring them back towards the center to counteract it and to fade the dominance of this masculinity, so that we actually move forward to this spiritual side and embracing the feminine energy as well in a balancing. And this is a very fluid, seeing things from different point of view and foregoing the monies. To keep going on the bottom, it is going to take a lot of hard work behind the scenes. There is going to be a lot of hard work. We are not going to win every battle. There will be some that we have to retreat from and take stock and look after our mental and physical and spiritual health and just step back occasionally. We're not going to win every battle in regards to this, especially in the near future. But then we have Temperance, which is about rebalancing the physical and the spiritual. And then I'm getting right on to Major Arcana again. This is about inner strength, compassionate strength, and also it's very much about bringing your subconscious into your conscious, being aware of it, acknowledging it, letting it go, but embracing your inner strength and your inner energies and your power. And it is about movement forward. We will move forward. Might seem chaotic at times, it might seem steady at times, it might seem rapid at times, very much a hang on for the ride. There are going to be some difficult decisions that need to be made, there are going to be some crossroads, but it is inevitable that we engage in this new energy. So I hope that makes you feel a little bit more secure in regards to that. I'm going to have a quick look at Scholz. I was actually, I didn't expect a lot of those cards in Macron. As I said, I have literally written his name down. But that is what, thank you, Meister, sending chills right up me. And I'm feeling him touching my head. So he's telling me, yes, that was spot on. So just be aware that that is below the surface. It may not seem apparent up front, but please engage with those energies as we move forward. It's going to be difficult, and what he's doing is, the magician is also telling me, the magician was not only manifesting possibilities, but it was manipulation. And what it is, it comes back to the twining into, this has jumped out at me, the Tower card, breaking down of old structures so that you can rebuild anew. But the manipulation is manipulating those that have moved to the right to bring them back towards the centre. And this card has popped out in this deck as well, the Ten of Cups. It is about bringing everybody under this unity, this emotional unity, whatever side of politics they are on, and then working on them for a better future. Okay, right, let's have a look at Scholz. I have no idea who Scholz is. I know you have several levels of politics in Germany. You have a chancellor, I think you have a prime minister. I think there's another 10 that's popped out. This is about the ending of a cycle, about moving forward through the archway of possibilities into a new era. And this is on a financial level as well. So tell me about Scholz. Tell me about the energies of Scholz going forward. Cards throwing out at me everywhere. The Empress, which is Russia, but then we have the Page of Cups. So bringing forward a new beginning, a new message, an unexpected message. Tell me about Scholz. Tell me about Scholz, Germany in regards to the patriarch or the autocratic of Putin. Tell me about his attitude. Tell me about his attitude. I was hoping to get onto my intuitive cards in regards to the whole thing, but I think that might be another day. Tell me about Scholz. Okay, got another page leapt out. I'll read from here. I'll use that as my signifier. Scholz, please. Scholz. Okay, here we go. So this is the signifier energies. It's a new youthful energy, bringing forward the sword of truth, wisdom, fairness, judgment, etc., etc. So this is a new youthful energy. I have no idea who Scholz is, whether he is youthful or not. This may just be Germany itself, but it is only a page. It is a little bit tentative as he's bringing forward this sort of new energies of a new beginning coming forward. We have the Hierophant, which is government. Okay, let's see where we go. Okay, so what we've got here is the Hierophant, which is the government, legal, religious systems. Okay, so I'm seeing these are the traditional systems. This is the bow down to me, obey what I say systems are going to be exposed as this is not only an out in the cold abandoned financially, but this is also a card of moral corruption. So they're going to be exposed of their moral corruptions, and the illusion and delusion is going to be on full display. And this is about not only illusion and delusion, but it's about deluding yourself to choices, and the choices being wealth and power and beauty and greed and, you know, you name it, all these physical, autocratic, patriarchal, powerful energies that don't reside within us are going to be exposed. And what's happened is that these boundaries are going to be set, and flaming boundaries they are too. Passionate, flaming boundaries are going to be set as we move into this period of rebalancing, of temperance, and temperance appeared in the previous reading as well, as we move into this period of rebalancing and honesty and truth, and honesty and truth. And then we have the Knight of Swords as well. So we've got these three, the Page, the Knight, and the Ace of Swords coming forward. Hermit also is there as well, which is about the path, clearing the path, being aware of the path. And you have a look on this card as well. It's not the snake, but it is a dark and murky path that needs to be transversed. So what we've got is some harsh truths coming out. The Knight of Swords is about harsh truth. And we have the Strength. We've got a lot of the same cards happening here, which does not surprise me. Does not surprise me. It's much the same energies, but a different path that they are following. So we have Strength as well, which is about compassionate inner strength, but the unconscious being brought to the consciousness, being brought to awareness so that it can be dealt with and let go. So we've got some very similar, this actually went in this order. So we've got the harsh truth coming out that will lead to the uncovering of some murkiness that will come forward to strength, and we will enter into these energies. On the base, there's your Ten of Cups again, the bringing together so that they can be worked on. So it's slightly different path for Germany. It's not so much drawn on and worked on by the energies that came up with Macron. This is very much more about exposing in the systems moral corruption and casting it out into the cold as these are being exposed, as these choices, these illusion and delusion choices have been exposed. So thank you for joining me. Any questions, please, in below. Please take strength and purpose from those readings on France and Germany. Gosh, I hope I'm right. Well, I hope I'm right. All I'm doing is channeling what Meister and my spirits are telling me and what the cards are saying. And it's going to be okay. So please sit in the positive. Look after yourself mentally, physically and spiritually. Engage with your own spirit guides, your own spirituality. Engage with the light. Put your protective bubbles around you. And please be positive, and love to you all. Take care. Bye-bye.